going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today, I've got an NU match. This one is against Liam from Twitter, and honestly, it's been a long time since I've played any never used, so I decided to throw this team together, use some Pokemon that I really like, including Normal Gem Hitmonlee, which is pretty damn awesome. But anyway, looking at my opponent's team, this man's definitely got some threats. I'm mainly worried about the Vivillon being able to set up the Quiver Dance, but then he's also got stuff like this Crafty that can set up on me. I'm expecting that to be a Choice Scarf Typhlosion, so I've got to be pretty careful with that thing. But also, I do notice that Stealth Rock is going to be extremely useful to be able to get up on his side of the field. His Pokemon don't really enjoy that too well, so let's go ahead and just hop right into the battle. Alright, so he's going to be leading off with his Armaldo, as I decided to lead off with my Uxie. Seems like my best option, so he throws that thing out here as I send out my Mixie, because it's not you, he's me. So yeah, I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rock first turn. I figure that's probably the best thing to do here, as he is going to set up his own Stealth Rock as well. So I get those rocks up. It's going to be really nice. I know that Armaldo can actually Rapid Spin, so I got to be careful with that. But we both get our rocks up, and it's looking like a nice little rock fest out of here. So at this point, I'm actually just going to go ahead and U-turn out of here if he wants to switch out. I figure he's probably going to want to stay. And at this point, I'm actually just going to go ahead right into my my Pringles man, get that big-ass water mustache out here. And I was kind of hoping he would go for the Rapid Spin, but he ends up just going right for the knockoff. And that's going to do some pretty solid damage, gets rid of my leftovers, which is unfortunate because, you know, I didn't even get to eat any of those. That's just a damn wasted apple. So I'm just going to go right for a recovery here. I just kind of want to scout out what he's going to want to go for. And Pringles is pretty damn useful, so I want to get some, I want to leave it at pretty decent health. So he actually just ended up staying in and go for another knockoff there, as at this point he's now going to eventually switch out, and he decides to go into the Scrafty. So this thing's pretty damn scary. He comes out holding his pants up, and for some reason he's scary, but he's, you know, I'm afraid of him because he's got Intimidate. But you know, Scrafty's not the most intimidating looking guy. He kind of just looks like a damn clown with some big ass pants on. So I go for the Toxic actually on the switch, as he ends up popping a Lump Berry, eats that, and gets rid of the poison. So that is pretty damn scary, and at this point, I know that this thing's probably going to want to start setting up. So I decide, he looks like the type of guy that can enjoy a barbecue, so I send out my Emboar, and he actually just goes right for a Bulk Up, which is not very good. I was hoping he had Dragon Dance rather than Bulk Up. I don't want this thing to get that defense, but there's nothing really else I can do here other than just going right for the Superpower. So I get some solid damage from that, as it is going to lower my attack and my defense. So I figure he's probably going to go right for the Drain Punch, which he does. And luckily, I am able to live at least one of those, and that's going to put him back near full health, which kind of sucks. But at least I know that I will be able to outspeed and get another superpower off here. I really just need to whittle this thing down to the point where I can take it out with something like Hitmonlee or Dodrio on my team. So I get him down below half again, as now he's just going to go right for another Bulk Up here. Not really too big of a deal. He's trying to get swole. Look at those little ass arms. You could really use a couple more Bulk Ups. But I go for another superpower here. I do outspeed again because I'm Choice Scarf. And that's going to knock this thing down to red, as at this point he's just going to finish me off with a Drain Punch. So he's at +1 attack and +1 defense, which is kind of scary. Although after the Drain Punch, he's not going to be able to get enough health back to be able to live an attack from my boy Drumstick here. So I send out my chicken leg thing, as I'm just going to go right for a close combat. So this is actually an unburdened Hitmonlee running the normal gem with Fake Out. And I do take note of the fact that this thing actually does sweep pretty nicely if I am able to set up that unburden boost correctly. So down goes the Scrafty. Don't have to worry about getting swept by that little thing, and that's awesome. So now he's going to go into the Dodrio, and without my unburdened speed boost, I'm not going to be able to outspeed this thing, and I don't want to let this thing take a Brave Bird. So I decide to switch right back into Jellicent here. I get hurt by a little bit of Stealth Rock, and he's just going to go right for a Brave Bird. So I kind of just decided to sack this thing off because it wasn't seeming all that useful, and it is going to allow me a chance to bring in a Revenge Switch here. So down goes my my water mustache boy, and you know, that's sad to see, but it had to happen. So now with the free Revenge Switch, I decided to just go right into my Uxie again. I figure I can take any attack this thing wants to throw at me, and if I can get a Thunder Wave on it, it'll be really nice to be able to kind of just cripple that thing. So he's actually just going to end up switching right into the Armaldo again. He gets hurt by a little bit of rocks, and then he catches a Thunder Wave to the face. Really not too bad. Honestly, getting a Thunder Wave on anything is kind of just what this Uxie is supposed to do after setting up Stealth Rock. And yeah, so that's cool. At this point, I decided to just go ahead and U-turn out. I know that he might want to just go right for the Rapid Spin, which will be unfortunate because I do want to be able to have those rocks up for when that Vivillon comes out. Also, the Dodrio doesn't really like it, but yeah, so I don't have anything to spin block. But at this point, I'm just going to go right into my boy Slow Jet here, looking nice and shiny, as he ends up just going right for a knockoff, which is kind of unfortunate because that's going to get rid of my choice specs, And unfortunately, without my freaking glasses, I'm not able to, A, see a damn thing, and B, have enough damage to be able to take this thing out. So he actually lives it with like 1 HP, which is crazy. And he does get the rapid spin off there, so that is pretty scary, and I really need those rocks up to be able to clean up sweep with Hitmonlee potentially. So one more Thunderbolt is going to take care of the Armaldo, and now he's just going to go right into the Typhlosion. So he comes in freely, doesn't take any Stealth Rock damage, which means he gets a maximum power Eruption. He is going to obviously outspeed me. I'm expecting this thing to be Choice Scarf. When you see Eruption Typhlosions, they generally are going to be running Scarf, so that kind of sucks. But at this point, I'm just going to bring right back in my Yuxi. I am Calm and max special defense, so I know that I can take at least 1 Eruption, as he is just going to go ahead and erupt on my ass, as I actually take a lot of damage from that. But I am able to go ahead and throw another Thunder Wave around, and that is going to make this thing nice and slow, so it's not as scary anymore. So that's pretty damn awesome. And the best news about this whole situation is the fact that now I'm going to be able to outspeed, and then I can get that Stealth Rock right back up, and he has no way to get rid of that. So that's what I'm going to do, as get them rocks up is going to be really useful, and he does actually break through the paralysis and hits me with 1 more Eruption. So down goes my Mixie, but that's totally fine. I did what I needed to do with that thing, and you can rest easy, bro. So now I'm just going to go into Tripolar my Dodrio, and this kind of just seemed like my best option to go into. Rather than going for Hitmonlee now, I decided to just go into this thing and finish off the Typhlosion with a Brave Bird. Honestly, Dodrio is super fun to use. He's a little bit, Tripolar, but he gets the job done. So take a whole bunch of recoil damage from that, plus the Life Orb, so I'm not looking too hot, but now he's going to go into the Amistar, and I was like, okay, I have Jump Kick for this thing. I know that there's a chance that it could potentially kill, so I'm just going to go for that, hit him right in the dumb face, and he actually ends up living that, which is unfortunate, and he's just going to finish me off with an Ice Beam. So now it's pretty much just Hitmonlee against the world, but it's looking like I do have a solid chance to be able to pull out the late game sweep here with my freaking chicken leg. So I bring this thing out, and I do have to go for the normal gem here. If you're unfamiliar with how Unburden works, essentially it's an ability where after you use an item, it does actually give you a speed boost. So activating that normal gem with the normal type fake out, that's going to give me my Unburden boost there, and I am a fast ass chicken leg out here at this point. So now he's going to go into the Vivian here, and after the Stealth Rock damage, which is what I needed, he is not going to be able to live a knockoff here. It does over 55% to most Vivians, so that thing is going to go down, and I knock off his Focus Sash, which he wasn't really using. So now he's just going to go right into the Dodrio, and this is his last Pokemon, but unfortunately for him, my chicken leg is way too unburdened, and I am going to be able to outspeed this thing, which is amazing. Go ahead and punch him in all 3 of the heads, and that is going to be a dead Dodrio there. So that's the end of the match. Honestly, my Hitmonlee came in super clutch. It seems like every time I bring this thing around, it always just puts in work. You really have to play smart with it though, but you can really realize in a match the point where you can use Hitmonlee to pretty much just outspeed everything, and then it hits super hard with close combat, and it's got a pretty good move pool. So that's Hitmonlee's, he's a pretty swell guy. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button on this video if you enjoyed, and I will see you later. Peace out.